What's up, everybody? I'm Kevin.
And I'm Sergey.
And we are the Tabletop Warlords. And we got some mail.
Royal Mail! We did find out that Royal Mail doesn't necessarily mean a message from the Queen. She won't return our letters.
We did find out, however, that it was from our good friend Carl of Warlord Games.
You're the best, Carl. If you hang out on the Intel Facebook page or you watch our videos at all, you know that we're a big part of the Antares community.
Kind of a big deal. Not to toot our own horns, but
we're not. But we do have a mission statement, and that's to grow the Antares community.
It is for that exact reason that Carl figured we would love to show our community what you can expect to find in the Strike on Kara 9 box set. It's also a great excuse for us to make new video content more geared towards the new players of the hobby.
So sit back and relax.
And enjoy the Tabletop Warlords' first unboxing.
And here we have our beautiful royal package from Warlord Games. And let's get this going. Let's unbox it. Sergey, cut that tape.
Woo! This is what you've all been waiting for.
The package is not going to look as haggard for you guys. A, it has to travel over the entire ocean to get to us. And B, I definitely opened it multiple times because I was too excited and I wanted to make sure. But here it is, the beautiful box set, Strike on Kara 9. And here it is in all of its beautiful glory.
The first thing you're gonna notice is the absolutely beautiful cover art on this box. It's very painterly. I absolutely love all of the Antares artwork that's out there. I really hope more and more comes out. It really makes the world more immersive.
Amen, yeah, and it's really cool. You can see the Algorin have made some kind of drop pod drop right on the Concord line, and there's some kind of fortress in the background, so that's great terrain inspiration right there.
The sides of the box are pretty much standard. There's a couple of advertisements of other Antares products. There's some pictures of models, some illegal jargon, and some more pictures of the models, but you get a lot of information on the back of the box.
On the back of the box, you can see in colorful, great detail all of what comes with this box set, which really is a lot. I mean, for the size of the box, it's actually quite a bit. I mean, the physical weight of it, there is heft to the starter set, and that is value, my friend.
All right, let's crack this puppy open.
Get it open, yeah.
First thing you're gonna notice is this beautiful 159-page full cover hardback rulebook.
Wow.
Once again, absolutely beautiful cover art and just a fantastic book overall.
Now, astute viewers will notice that the back of the box does say that it should contain a smaller, lighter version of the rulebook that is a softback book, but we asked, and as of filming today, this is the new standard. They give you the entire hardback rulebook with the set, which is just crazy.
It was a crazy good deal.
Yeah.
The next thing you'll notice is this nifty little cardboard insert. It has a bunch of different quick reference guides on it. It tells you about the orders. It has a whole bunch of like how the reactions work, how assaults work, and it also has a little ruler on the side of it. It's definitely a modern replacement of the old the red whippy sticks that you used to get in wargaming.
So you're not getting anybody with this, although paper cuts are now a real and constant danger.
We'll do a tensile test of this and see if I can't give Kevin a real good welt with it. Tensile strength test number 4 for new whipping stick from Warlords Games. I disagree with you on the rules.
Yeah! It's just not the same.
It doesn't work as well as the whipping sticks.
Now on to the meat and potatoes. What's in this box? What's in the box? So you get your standard Antares dice. Nothing crazy fancy, but I do like them. You get a bunch of D10s, obviously. You also are going to be getting a D3, a D6, as well as a D4. And you get some colors in there to be able to represent other things on the battlefield. You're also going to be getting a little bag of order dice here, intended to be used with the unit configuration that they kind of suggest in this box. Obviously, the Concord could bring more if they really wanted to, but hey, you get 6 order dice, 3 of each color. That's a pretty sweet deal. The last little bag you get is just a bag of the standard see-through flying bases for all the little drones and the support weapon drones in this box set.
As far as sprues go in this box, you do have C3 and Algorin sprues. The first one we'll look at is I can't pick it up. There we go. Is an Algorin armored infantry sprue. You get 5 bodies, so you can make 5 armored infantry soldiers. And I really like these models. They're really clean and dynamic. They're a little bit less gritty than other war games, and I like that aesthetic.
Like Sergey said, this will allow you to make 5 soldiers. It has quite a few different armaments. You do have heads with helmets, heads without helmets, so you can get a little variety there. And then you do have quite a bit of variety as far as weapons. You can see there are quite a few mag guns. You also have a mag repeater, 1 per sprue. You also have 2 micro X launchers for each sprue, and you do have a single option to have a pistol for a captain who has a pistol rather than the mag gun. The last little guy is kind of hard to see, but you do get enough parts to create 1 plastic spotter drone as well. So it's a full infantry squad with all the options, and you even get a little robot. Pretty sweet.
The best part is you do get 3 of these. Ooh. So you get 3 spotter drones and 15 models, making up 3 separate squads.
It's a lot of sprue. I don't know how to hold them, Sergey. Ooh. To fight valiantly against your 3 sprues, where the Valkyrian armored infantry, you do get 2 sprues of Concord strike infantry. Now this sprue is just loaded with models.
Just like the Valkyrian, you get 5 bodies, so you can make 5 different strike troopers. You have a couple different head options there, one of which will be unhelmeted, which is helpful for differentiating a commander.
Now the insane part about these strike trooper sprues are the bottom half. You get an entire light support drone. Now that can be made to have a plasma light support and come out in units of up to 3 to support your infantry, or you can get a subverter matrix, which is one of the craziest auxiliary choices for the Concorde, and that is just on 1 sprue. So 5 soldiers, 1 light drone. Oh, and I almost forgot, you get 2 spotters too. So that's insane. That's a lot of miniatures on 1 sprue.
Just like Kevin said, you do get 2 of these sprues, which is really a lot of models. If you really wanted to stretch these models thin, you could make almost like 6 squads out of this.
Well, 4. Well, no, because the spotters is an
a squad, an auxiliary, and a spot. So 5, yeah, that's nuts.
That's insane, yeah. As for the rest of the sprues in the box, it's pretty boring stuff because it's just what you need for those miniatures to be complete. We have a bunch of bases. These are all for the infantry as well as for the spotter drones. We also, you're going to be hiding in here somewhere. Yep, we got several of the bigger bases for the weapons drones, and then you have everything else you need as far as templates. So we have pen markers. Everything's coming out of their sprue. A bunch of pen markers, and then you also have your battlefield templates, your overhead shooting templates, and then a bunch of little ones to represent the different special munitions you can fire from X launchers.
As a quick note, these are actually spin down markers, so you can keep track of a number of pins with 1 marker, or me and Kevin tend to like to use 1 marker to mean 1 pin. It's up to you.
We're flashy men. We like to see a bunch of pins in the field.
Next up in this box set, we have the Strike on Kara 9 Introductory Rulebook. It's a really neat little intro book. We'll go into it in a minute.
And now we're down to almost the bottom of the box, but there's still more. Looks like we get 2 of these nice cardstock prints of just kind of examples of area terrain pieces and some barriers. This is a great way for, people who just want to get these models put together and out on the table as soon as possible to test the rules out. It really helps them with that.
The last thing in the box is actually pretty unique to this box set. It's this neat fold-out poster that can be on the back side used as a battle mat for your terrain that matches the terrain that come in the box. And also on the other side, if you don't need a battle mat, it's a dope poster.
That's awesome.
Exactly. It's of the cool intro art on the front of the box, and I really like it. I might put that up in my room.
And for those of you wondering, once again, that battle mat, you can see it. This is a standard table, and it covers a pretty good chunk of it. It's 33 by 23, so it's not regulation by any means, but it's perfect for the little introductory games that you have set up. Taking a little more detailed look at the rulebook that comes with this game, like I said, this is the main rulebook for Gates of Antares. It is fully colored in print. It is a hardback book by Rick Priestley, and that is coming with each one of these starter sets. Being a rule book, it obviously teaches you exactly how to play the game. It discusses its unique rule set based off of Bolt Action's order dice mechanics. Super, super interesting. It also goes into great detail explaining the rules for the different terrains and setting, because you're going to be battling all across Antaran space on many different alien worlds. And then it also explains all of the technology, vehicles, and everything that your futuristic soldiers are going to have access to. The book also explains quite a few different scenarios. You get 6 match scenarios and 6 narrative scenarios to try out, which is literally just hours of gameplay right there in and of itself. Also, this book contains a number of different army lists to play this game. It has all the upgrades and the points costs
However, most of these army lists have been updated since this book was released. That doesn't matter though, because every single codex for this book is free online. You don't have to pay for army lists, it's always going to be free. The last section in this book is the fluff section. It goes in and talks about each individual faction. It also tells you what a Gate of Antares is. It's really, really interesting. It's very high sci-fi kind of space opera-y stuff that I personally really enjoy.
The second rulebook that comes with this box set is, like Sergey said, the Strike on Kara 9 Introductory book. Now, obviously you get the full rulebook, but that is a lot for new players to digest.
This little book is a perfect step-by-step to show a new player how to get into this hobby.
The book opens up immediately with fluff this time rather than at the end of the book, and I think that makes sense because you're trying to get new players excited. So it gives you a little foreword, explains the 7th Age, and then goes in to talk about the Concord and the Algorand, which you are about to assemble.
The book goes even further to give you a little step-by-step tutorial on how to assemble your miniatures, how to clean them, how to glue them, and all that.
This step is very nice for anybody who has a hard time identifying what is on a sprue, because they actually show you very high detailed pictures of how to assemble each model with their respective parts. I would like to add a personal note to this section. When I first put my Concord together, I had no idea that the arms were specific to the guns. I kind of just looked at them briefly and thought all the arms for the guns and the arms attached to them were the exact same thing. They are not, so make sure to do whatever you gotta do to annotate which ones are which.
The book will then briefly tell you how each tool is used to play the game of Antares, and then gives you an introduction to the key rules of the game. These rules do gloss over a lot of the complexity of Antares. Antares has a ton of depth, but this is a very surface look at the rules to teach a new player the basics.
Once the introductory book gives you that crash course in the rules, it immediately throws you into a series of scenarios specifically made for the Strike of Kara 9. I absolutely love that they did this because it is the best way to learn. I mean, the only way that you can ever learn a complicated game like this is just to go right out the gate and try it out. You're gonna screw up a bunch of stuff. Me and Sergey hug the rulebook to this day. And this is just literally the best way you can have new people learn.
After the scenarios, there's once again a fluff section and then a brief how to paint your models tutorial, which is super useful for somebody who is new to wargaming as a hobby in general. It also gives you a bunch of pictures of the other factions that exist in Antares space, which obviously if you're not a major Concord or Algorand fan, will be great for you.
Overall, this is such a neat little book to have. Now, admittedly, veteran players who are interested in purchasing this box set because of the other contents might not be super excited about this smaller rulebook, but in all honesty, it is still good to have because you're inevitably going to have that buddy who has never played this, or maybe has never even been into the hobby of wargaming whatsoever at all. And it's just a neat tool to have in your back pocket just to help introduce the game.
As you can see, there's a whole lot in this box.
Which brings us to our next point. Value.
Cha-ching!
When you are a wargamer, value is in the forefront of your mind because you are playing a game where you want as many soldiers on the field as you can, but that costs real money. If you were to buy everything in this box set a la carte, individually, by themselves,
and this is a rough number, but we kind of just figured it out. It would be $152. This box is only $50.
What?
That sounds a little salesman-y, like we're quoting all these numbers and stuff, but for real, it's just a really good deal. If you're trying to get into this game, I can't imagine a cheaper way to do it.
Yeah, that's it's just math. There's no matter how many ways you slice it, this is an amazing deal. $50 versus $150 something dollars. So that's insanity. And for someone like me, whenever I see a starter set, I always buy two. I can't not buy two starter sets. And this is like the perfect starter set for you to buy two of.
Yep.
Going into the mechanics of it a little bit, that actually makes sense because you can't have, there's not regulation army in the box.
Yeah, that is my one complaint of the box is that you don't get two 500-point armies. So you can't get this box and then go play a 500-point game in the store. I wish I would be willing to pay more money for that, I think.
Well, that's what they have another starter set.
Yeah.
They have a larger starter set that has more Concord. It does have a Gar army, but it's not a legal army again. But that's what I'm trying to say is that the value is so insane. And for someone who likes to get 2 starter sets just so they have more of the basics, this is the perfect opportunity to do that. You'll get 2 hardback rulebooks, so you can be arguing with your opponent about the rules while they're watching the rules at the same time.
Yep.
You also could get, a regulation-sized Algren army and Concord force, which is insane. So this is the Strike on Kara 9 box set. We hope that this was informative to anybody who's on the fence about maybe grabbing one of these, or just someone who wanted to get either one of these armies started and thought this was a good outlet to do that. It was a lot of fun making it, and once again, thank you to Carl for sending us something in the mail. That was nice.
Be on the lookout for more videos revolving around this box. We've got a whole lot of content lined up in our minds.
Perfect opportunity to talk to new people and kind of show them how to play the game, which we've never done before. So we're going to play the scenarios that are in the introductory rulebook and kind of explain as we go the different aspects of what makes the game system for Antares so great.
We're also probably going to be doing a little more casual videos of me and Kevin painting these models, building them, and kind of ranting and raving about random Antares stuff while we do it.
So we got a lot of fun stuff on the horizon. Now, you guys know the drill. If you like this content, please like the video. And if you appreciate the content we're making in general, you should consider subscribing to our channel. We'd love to have you.
If you want to support the channel even further, please consider joining our Patreon campaign. Our patrons are the lifeblood of this channel, and they're what makes these videos possible.
Now, if Patreon is not your thing, but you still want to support the Tabletop Warlords at no extra cost to you and potentially get a hold of your own beautiful Kara 9 box set, you can use the affiliate link we have in the description below to take yourself to the Warlords store. Any purchases you make will give the Tabletop Warlords a small commission and help support this channel.
Once more, thank you, Carl, for making this video possible, and thank you to our fine patrons.